How nice. How nice. What a fantastic game. Tales of Graces F. Done for the 3rd time on the channel. The Remastered. We're done with the main arc. We're not done with the game, but oh, this imagery. I love it. We've already had the Pascal Futaba debate. You've already asked that question. We already talked about it. So, I'm gonna just ignore that. Tales of Graces F remains a fantastic game. One of my favorites of all time. It's definitely one of the best Tales games. The thing is, I think this is probably my favorite Tales game. It's like really hard to choose between this and Berseria because I love Tales of Berseria. I think the tiebreaker is the nostalgia, to be honest. That's not to say I only like this game because of nostalgia. I think what makes me like this game just a tad bit more than Berseria might just be the nostalgia. It's like a hair inch away. Great game. Love Graces F. Combat's really fun. Probably like one of my favorite combat systems in Tales of. Really great. I'm just giving like a brief review because it's an ending. I like the story. I think the story gets way too much hate. It's really simple, and it is kind of, you know, power of friendship. Kind of cliche, but it does some cool stuff. I like the final cutscenes were great. I love the idea of Richard and Lambda, especially the flashbacks we get in the end of fleshing them out. It's all really great. And Asbel taking Lambda's hand there, that was also really good. It's got some really nice little undertones and themes in it. I love the idea of the 3 countries, and I love the idea of, like, it's kind of a war story, but, like, you know, war is not really the focus, but there is, like, a war going on. I like that idea a lot. I think it does really well. I think Graces is a good story. I don't even think it's, like, fine. I think it's a good story. It's good. It's not my favorite story, like Xenogears or Tales of Berseria or Grandia 2, but it's a good story. Or Arcalad 2, I love that story as well. It's a good story, though. But what really carries this game for me, like, the story's good. It's a good story, not fine. I love the cast, and I love the gameplay. The music is also really good. Love the music as well. I mean, I feel like everything that I could say about Graces I've said in my other playthroughs of it. 2 years ago, namely. Like an easy 9.5 out of 10. It's like basically perfect. I don't think there's anything really wrong with Graces. Emerod's fight existing, but whatever. It's super minor, who cares at the end of the day? It's a boss fight that lasts like, what, 20 minutes? It's a very good game. Here's the thing. The main arc's ending is, like, actually really good. I can't believe they ended the game really good, and then they have an even better ending with the Lineage and Legacies. I think Lineage and Legacies is a better ending, but it's great that they ended the game. Like, if we didn't get an F arc, I think this would have been satisfying. Ah, the Graces play. One of the best side quests in the game. But yeah, you know, Tales of Graces F, it's phenomenal. It's one of my favorite games of all time. It's just barely my favorite Tales game, still. Even though I really love Tales of Berseria, like, a lot. Like, a lot. They're both just super good. They're both really close in rankings. I just love them both to death. Also, I just like how they're very different. This one's a little more lighthearted. It's lighthearted and comedic, but, like, I think Graces definitely has some emotional moments. It's a disservice to say this game is all sunshine and rainbows all the time, because that's just incorrect. It definitely is more lighthearted, but I think it has some good moments in it. And Berseria is a lot darker, so they're really, I like having 2 Tales games that sort of complement each other well because they're so different. It's kind of like the Grandia 1, Grandia 2 debate. I say the same thing about Grandia 1 and Grandia 2. But yeah, you know, great time. But yeah, characters are just fantastic. One of my favorite casts in all of gaming. Just great. Asbel's a great protagonist. I think Asbel gets a lot of hate. I think Asbel's a great protagonist. And, the other characters have their great moments. Like, Sharia has good moments. Hubert has his whole character moment. And then, like, Pascal and Malik have their arcs. I think the focus they get is pretty good, and the villains are good too. I like the fleshing out of Lambda and Emerald. Emerald isn't like outstanding, but they, you know, the fleshing out they do for her is neat.
Once there was a young boy who discovered a lost seed. He planted it in his yard, and he took care of it every day. Over time, the lost seed grew up and blossomed into a beautiful flower. What do you think happened to the seed after that? It turned into a bright, shining star that watched over everyone. This was its way of thanking the boy who had been so very kind to it.
This is also great.
Which star
I love it! It's so good!
Well, it's the one we
Putting
all know
Lambda
best.
on the tree
Our
is
favorite
incredible.
Star of all.
Incredible. Love it a lot. Also, calling Infinity a star neat. Or, they're probably talking about Fojo, I don't know. Oh, it's just so great. Anyway, yeah. Great time. Great game. Still love it a lot. Still one of my favorite Tales games, along with Tales of Berseria. Love it so much. Is it perfect? No, no game is, but to me it's like as close to perfect as you can get. Like, you know, you really can't get a more perfect game than this. It took us a little over 4 hours to finish the game, which is kind of what I expected. I knew Guardia Chef would take us like 3 hours, and I knew there was a lot of cutscenes, so, you know, like, a little over 4 hours to finish everything, like, seems understandable. I think there were like a couple of wipeouts during those mini bosses, so if I didn't get those, would have been at 4 hours, which is kind of what I expected. Now, what's gonna happen with the game? Ah, pack fulfilled. They have you clear the game on all difficulties for the platinum. So, I've been thinking about what to do with Graces, and there's the question of like how I'm gonna do Zhonecage. We're gonna do Zhonecage, kind of. I was thinking about this because I think the only thing I really care to show off, it's kind of because, like, you know, Zhonecage sucks. I've been pretty vocal about that. I think most of the Graces fandom hates Zhonecage. I never met anyone who actually said Zhonecage is a good time. But, Zhonecage it's post-game, so it's like, you know, back to saying Graces is a great game, you're probably like, oh, but Zhonecage sucks. I don't care. It's post-game. You can easily ignore it, so it doesn't really count as, like, a flaw with the game. It sucks, but... So, like, I've been thinking about how I want to do this. The only things I really care to do in this playthrough, in hindsight, are the cameo fight. The cameo fight, and then Lineage and Legacies. So, I think what we're going to do, the way Zhonecage works is, you have to do the first floor, but then after that, I think floors 2 to 9 open up. So I think what I'm going to do, I think we're going to do the floors with the 2 cameo characters, and that's it. So we're going to do 3 Zhonecage floors. Speaking of, I'm going to immediately put the game on normal. We're going to speed through 3 Zhonecage floors, basically. And then do the cameo fight, and then after the cameo fight, I think that's like it. We'll probably move... Oh, we have to get Excalibur, but that's really short. We're going to do that right now. But, after that, we'll do the cameo fight. That way, you get a bit of Zhonecage, and you get to see why it sucks. Only 3 floors worth. And if you want to see me do all of Zhonecage, I did all of Zhonecage like 2 years ago when I last played this game, so it's all on there. So, I don't really like Zhonecage all that much, so, you know, I figured we're just going to suffer through like half of it. It's not even half, it's like a quarter. We're going to suffer through 3 floors of it. And honestly, I'm really busy. I have a lot of other games I want to start, and I have other games like going on at the time. We're still going to need like 2 to 3 streams for Lineage and Legacies, so I think that's why I'm going to do this. I think Zhonecage, doing all of Zhonecage is going to add 1 extra stream, and you're probably like, oh, Nova, you love Graces. Why don't you want to add an extra stream? I don't want to add an extra stream of a dungeon I don't even like. So, that's what we're going to do. Especially because I'm really busy, and I have other games I want to start. And Suikoden comes out in like 2 to 3 weeks, and I'm playing a lot of games right now, so I think that's what we're gonna do. That way, I do a bit of Zhonecage, get to show it off in some fashion, and we get to see the cameo fight, and then we'll just do F-Arc. I think that's how we're gonna do it. And if you want to see me do all of Zhonecage, my other playthrough has all of Zhonecage. So, yeah. Let's do Errand Boys. This is the skit that leads to Zhonecage.
Oh, it's a message from Poisson.
It must be important if she reached you all the way down here.
Let me see. Boop, boop, beep, boop, 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 boop. And I was wrong. It's from Fourier.
Anything about Lambda?
Nope, wrong again. Apparently, Frederick's been borrowing her lap comp machine since forever, and it sounds like she wants it back.
Come on, we're busy. Have her get it herself.
She says she's busy in her lab. Also, we can get to Lant much faster in the shuttle.
Sounds like we don't have a choice. Let's go find Frederick and take it back.
If you insist.
Okay, that opens up Zhonecage. So, that's what we're gonna do, you know? That's what I've decided. And the only thing completing Zhonecage, the only thing it unlocks is a true final boss. You get to fight the true final boss, and if I ever want to do anything with the true final boss, I'll just do Zhonecage on my own time and record the true final boss. I think I've recorded the true final boss in my original playthrough also, so I don't know if I'll do that for this remastered run, but regardless, I'm not gonna show all of Zhonecage. I already showed all of Zhonecage 2 years ago. You can go watch that playthrough if you want to see me go through it. Where I NG+, it was an NG+, and it was still miserable. We're going to the Overseer to get this sword. We need the Argo Iris, which was the item we got from one of the Arithmos enemies. So yeah, you know, that's what we're gonna do. So theoretically, I would like to try and get most, if not everything, done like right now in the main arc, and then next stream we can just do Lineage and Legacies. Which that'll take like 2 to 4 streams on its own. So, I think that's probably the best way to do it. What do you mean new trails is today as well? I don't know what you mean. There hasn't been a... Oh, Daybreak 2 comes out tomorrow, doesn't it? Or is it today? I don't know. Well, I mean, that's irrelevant to me because I'm, still have to play Cold Steel 3, Cold Steel 4, Reverie, and Daybreak 1, so... Pardon me, Overseer, but there's something we need you to see. The Overseer says you have brought something that she has not seen in a long time. She asks if that's truly Excalibur. It is, but as you can see, it's rusted through. Do you know if there's a way to repair it? She says she does. Then we may ask her assistance. This little weapon will be a great help in the fight against Lambda. We already fought Lambda. I guess the true ending, but we're not going to get it until we finish Zhonecage. She says you'll need the Argo Iris to repair Excalibur. Ah, it looks like you already have it. You mean this? ... Exactly, with this sword. With this, we can repair the sword. Please wait here. The Overseer says she'll repair it herself. She hasn't done something like this in 50 years. Oh, wow. Thanks so much. This way, you'll get to see a bit of Zhonecage and why it sucks. One of the reasons is it's repetitive. One of the many issues it has is it's very repetitive. There's 10 floors, and they're all very much the same. Repetition is one of the many things that make it suck. So you'll get to see as I do it, as I do those floors that I mentioned. Plus, I want all the magic Cartas, and you can only get the cameo character Cartas if you do Zhonecage, so if you do their floors. So that's another reason we're going to do it, because I want all the Cartas. It's finished. I never seen such a brilliant gleam. Thank you, Overseer. You too, Poisson. I'm glad I was able to witness the Overseer's work firsthand. I think she enjoyed herself, didn't you, Overseer? I did indeed. She spoke, she can talk. Hey, we got Excalibur. We're gonna put down Asbel immediately. Oh, look at this sword. Look at it. Less maximum CC, but that's fine. So yeah, that's how we're gonna do it. If I didn't do Zhonecage 2 years ago, and if there wasn't another playthrough of Graces on my channel, I would just say, alright, well I have to do it because it's like my favorite Tales game, I have to show it off at least, but there is, so I don't really feel the need to do it again, personally. Alright, well, let's hit up... This cat is following me. Let's hit up Zhonecage, and... You have to do level 1, because it's the introductory, and then the floors we're gonna do are 3 and 8, I think? Because that's where the 2 cameo characters are. But I'm on normal mode. We're gonna speed through this. This is literally just so I can do the cameo fight in the game.
Welcome home, Lord Asbel.
Ah, Frederick. Perfect timing.
Did my sister leave a machine called a lap comp with you? 'Cause I think she wants it back.
Yes, your sister was kind enough to let me borrow it. I will bring it down right away. Please just wait there.
Pascal, what's a lap comp? Some sort of gizmo my sister cooked up. I don't know what it does.
It's odd to think that Frederick would need to borrow a machine from Fourier.
Asbel,
What is it, Sophie? Do you know something?
no, look. It's the sky.
The sky is falling.
The sky?
Oh yeah, it's literally Chicken Little.
What the hell? Those people just fell out of the sky. We have to help them.
Oh my gosh, they're humanoids. I gotta check this out.
You also get the ultimate equipment, or some of the ultimate equipment in Zhonecage, but it's whatever, because they have the cameo weapons in Lineage and Legacies, so you may be thinking, oh, Nova, you won't be able to get, like, one of the best knives. That's fine, because Lineage and Legacies has really cool weapons that look... so.
Everyone, get back!
Run for your lives!
We have to stop those things before they hurt someone.
Everyone stay on your game.
Why do you have super armor? I'm on normal mode. What level are you? You're level 60. Die. Anyway, I want to at least try to get these Zhonecage floors done, and then we can start with the cameo fight maybe next stream, and then we'll do Lineage and Legacies. I think is how I want to do it. We'll see how long these Zhonecage floors take. I'm on normal mode, but the thing is, the later floors, even on normal mode, are not like a pushover, and they're like annoyingly difficult. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. I would like to try and just get all this done. At least these Zhonecage floors. I want to be starting the F-Arc next stream, which we definitely will be, but I want to be doing the F-Arc next stream. Whether it's at the start of stream or whether it's like an hour in, I want to be doing the F-Arc. Stop healing, you scumbag. I face your fate, by the way? Come on. How much of a challenge indeed. Anyway, it's stacked on with the fact that I don't like Zhonecage, and I have other games to finish and to start. I'm just really busy.
Getting stronger.
So I don't see the need to put time into something that I don't really like, basically. And there's already a playthrough with Zhonecage done, so that's another reason to not do it. All of it, at least.
Those were the same type of humanoids we saw on Fodra.
Is it possible they fell all that way? Considering the mass of the planet and the gravitational constant, yeah, I think that's pretty much impossible.
So where did they come from? Huh. What? What do you see? No way!
Grandpa!
Lord Asbel! Sharia! Help me! Stop clowning around, Frederick.
He can fly?
Be serious, you two. We're gonna get you down, Frederick. Just hold on.
Yeah, these scenes are also really weird, also.
Hey, check out that thing he's holding.
The characters kinda act stupid, which I also don't like.
It must be the lap comp my sister was talking about. Hey, throw me the lap comp!
I cannot! Oh dear me! Oh my stars and garters!
Boo! Come on, just give it back already!
Come on, guys. Let's get to the roof and see if we can help.
Oh
Too late! I think I'm going to... Lord Asbel!
Frederick!
Frederick became a star.
I don't understand. What could have pulled him into the sky?
It must be Fosalos.
no! The big ring that surrounds Affinia!
But why? And more importantly, how do we get there?
We have a shuttle.
Why not just take the shuttle?
Right. Let's get going.
Lap comp, here we come. Hold on, Grandpa.
Yeah, this is clearly their attempt at comedy, and for the most part, Grace's lands with the comedy, like the skits especially, but this is actually something I think it just doesn't land. It's just not funny. They're trying to go for something here where it's kind of funny, but it's just not. The characters just kind of act stupid during this whole sequence. I don't really know what they were thinking. There's like nothing redeemable I can say about this place.
Is this the place?
Maybe we go in through there.
Hold on. We should think this through.